Hey everybody, it's Colleen here. Thanks for joining me at Wild Forest. I've had some people asking me what exactly is involved in an intuitive tarot reading. So I thought what I would do today is do a general reading with 3 different groups. So there will actually be 3 different readings here. And this will give everyone who's wondering a chance to find out what really happens in one of my readings. So today we're going to do a Celtic cross layout, and that's usually, depending if we do a detailed reading or a basic reading, it can range from 20 to 45 minutes. We're going to do some fairly basic readings today. So what I need you guys to do is to have a look at these 3 different cards here with the crystals on top. And we're going to, like I said, do a reading for each one. Now, what you do is you pick one of these piles. What you do is you check in with your own intuition. Which one calls to you? We've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I've put down a Moonology card from my Oracle deck for each of these. I did shuffle for these, so there'll be a message up in there for you guys. We'll talk about that when we get to the reading. And I'm just going to show you the crystals to choose from today. So whatever calls to you, maybe the number, maybe the placement, maybe what caught your eye first, just go with what feels right. So in the first one, we have a smoky quartz crystal. Get that to focus. So it's quite dark, but you can also see the light through it. It is translucent. And here we have a plain clear quartz crystal, beautiful, with a little baby on the side there. And for number 3, I've chosen this citrine crystal. Citrine. So take a moment. You can pause the video if you like and just check in with yourself. Choose your pile. And then check below for a time signature so you can go to the reading that has the most relevant and helpful messages for you at this time. And welcome back. So we'll begin with pile number 1, the smoky quartz crystal, and we'll have a look at your Moonology card here. We came up with the full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. So a message about positive thinking already in this reading. And I am using for our tarot cards the Tarot of the Old Path. And it is a beautiful deck based on the standard Rider-Waite tarot. There's a few different little things in it, and the imagery is somewhat different. I've been using this deck for quite a long time. Enjoy it a lot. Okay, so we're going to cut the deck and we will lay out a Celtic cross. And I'm going to explain the positions and the cards as we go. So in your first position, this is the present time. It can describe you, the energy surrounding you, or your current situation. And you have the Knight of Swords. So swords are about mental energy. The Knight indicates movement, fast moving energy, things coming to fruition, lots of activity. Swords speak to clarity, perhaps decisions. Let's see what it's crossed by. So this is it can speak to obstacles, or it can be just the energy that's influencing what's going on for you right now. Oh, and we have the Fool, the very first card in the deck. Now, the Fool talks about change, big time, transformation, personal transformation. And since you have this fast-moving, energetic Knight under here, and then the Fool, it seems to me to be speaking right here. This is all at the center, that there's some kind of big move that you want to make, a change, a leap of faith. Leap of faith. And I want to share a quote with you here that a friend shared with me. It goes like this. It is not thus that the path appears and then you step. You step and then the path appears. And that is the message of the Fool, to my mind, telling you that sometimes you have to take a leap without really knowing every detail of how it will unfold. So let's look at the past energy that's been leading up to this. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So whatever's going on for you right now, the Two speaks about collaboration, sometimes decisions. It can speak of balance, either with others or within yourself. So it seems as if what's happening now is the result maybe of some realizations you've had about your own path, or perhaps coming together with others. Could be like a new job, a project, or even just a friendship, something you're participating in that's moving you towards what is happening now, what you're experiencing. So let's look at the near future. And we have the Page of Rods. So rods are wands in other decks, and that's, just think of the magician's wand, waving it around and making things happen. And you have a page, which again is about movement and energy, but more of a fresh, young energy. So you've made some sort of like directional choice based on something that's come into your life, or a balance within your own self. There's lots happening to move it forward, and there's fresh energy coming into it, which will help things to actually appear and manifest. Our fifth position is what's above you. And this card speaks to your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, what is on your mind, basically. Oh, nice. We got the Two of Cauldrons. So cauldrons are cups, and they speak of emotions, flow. This is water energy. You've got two twos here. So it's almost like there's an emphasis on collaboration, on working together, or on that, once again, duality coming into balance to make all this happen in a supported and manifesting way where you can see the results of the steps as you go. At the base here, we have what is below you. So what is underlying, or possibly what is in your subconscious regarding your current situation. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Now Pentacles, you had another one here, so you have quite a mix of energies here. Pentacles are also about abundance, okay, and your security, right? Your comfort, that kind of thing. Now sixes talk about blockages, and the fact that it's in this position I see as really positive, actually, because it means that you might have some underlying blockages. You know, maybe a lack of confidence, maybe other people telling you can't do something, maybe just trying to fit into others' expectations. Yet in spite of that conflict, let's call it, everything is still flowing and lots of action is happening. So that's really good. Whatever you're working on, whether again it's a project or your own self, this message is telling you it's moving ahead really beautifully. It's all happening, and you might not see all of the results because the Fool is pretty much, you know, in the dark, just walking forward. So you need to practice faith here. This is a trust in your own direction, in your own intuition. Okay? Over it now, this is the cross of the Celtic cross, and as you can see, it forms a cross. Over here, to complete the reading, we add the staff. Now, all the cards in the cross are mainly about you and the things right around you. So your important primary relationships, your home, your workspace, that sort of thing, your immediate world. The staff is going to tell us a little bit more about the stuff around you, you know, maybe like your community or just world events at large. Energies, general energies, so perhaps astrological energies. We're currently in eclipse season. There's a lot of change and transformation going on as the year ends, right? So the first card we're going to draw there is a card of guidance. And so this will give you some sort of suggestion, not necessarily of what to do, but where to focus your attention and what to prioritize. And for you, we have the Three of Pentacles. Well, okay. Threes are about growth, which is great. And I said Pentacles are abundance, security, wealth, right? That can mean monetary, but it can also mean like a wealth of good companions, you know, a wealth of ideas and creativity. And the three is like the seed bursting out of the ground. It's like you're starting to really see evidence of what's growing. Your actions are actually leading to change. So that supports everything here. And you see how the pentacles are kind of surrounding like this whole, you know, outline here. So lots of comfort and security coming your way. If it's not there already, it's on the way. Just keep waving the magic wand and trusting like the Fool, right? The next card is the influences around you, surrounding energy. And what we've got for you there is the Knight of Cauldrons. This is actually a very supportive energy. So you've got two knights here, almost like they're flanking your you know, your realm right now. And again, cauldrons is water energy. This is about flow. So you had the Page of Rods, the Knight of Cauldrons, the Knight of Swords. There are lots of energy and support and, you know, good foundations behind whatever is happening in your life right now. Let's go on to the next card. Next position is number 9, and this is your hopes and fears. Now, I like to call this position your state of alignment check-in. And what that means is you're basically checking in to see how well your actions are reflecting your core values and who you are, okay? And you got the Lone Man. So this is also called the Hanged Man. Now, this one talks a little bit about being stuck. And that's very interesting because you have all these movement cards. So why is that in that position? It could mean that other people around you are stuck and that you are an active element and you are cooperating with all this development or action, and that maybe some others aren't getting on board, because I don't feel like that's you at all. That doesn't make sense with the other cards, right? And the thing about tarot is each card has its individual meaning, but it's also important to look at the combinations and the relations between them. So, and you know, I don't read reverse cards, but there's always indications of whether the reverse meaning is relevant. So with the Hanged Man, whether he's upright or upside down tells you where you are with moving ahead. So if other people around you are stuck, this card cautions you not to become one of them and to just let them untangle themselves. Now this is you know, the card meanings can vary, and that's why I call these intuitive tarot readings, because this is what I'm picking up from Spirit, is that you're not to lose your focus on all this stuff that's happening for you because maybe something's not moving ahead or one little part of it is stuck or somebody else isn't getting behind it. Just let that be. Let that be. Let's have a look at your outcome card, and that will give us some really good indication of how this all ties together. Wow, the 10 of Rods. That is an accomplishment card. Like you have completed something. Again, the wands are about wands about manifestation. You had that Page of Wands bringing in fresh energy. And this is saying that whatever you're trying to achieve, you will reach completion and satisfaction with it. And a new cycle will begin. And then you'll probably be back to the Fool. I love that this has the Fool at the beginning and the 10 at the end. That's just showing that this whole cycle is flowing along. Lots of water energy, lots of cauldrons. And whatever you're doing right now, just keep moving forward. You are going in the right direction. There's no question of that. Sorry about the bump there. And I'm just going to draw one more card, a final sort of piece of guidance from my Keepers of the Light deck. So these are all ascended beings, and each of them has a unique message. So let's see who wants to have the final word on this reading. I'm going to cut the deck right there. And your message is Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. So this tells me that whatever we were talking about here is either something internal, like a personal growth thing, or it's an external project that's part of your personal growth, like something creative. Or I want to say what's coming to mind here, like working with children or working with others, something about connecting, really feeling that. And your heart chakra there's a lot of activity, but you've got lots of water here, so your heart chakra is open and flowing. Let me just read Lady Nada's message to finish us off here. She says, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So beautiful with all this stuff going on, whatever transformation is happening here. She's just saying, keep your heart open, let it all flow, have faith in the journey, and don't worry if you can't see everything at once. You have got tremendous support here, lots of abundance, lots of manifestation. And back to our very first card, the only thing that can really block that is if you allow negativity to make you doubt. So don't let in that devil energy, whatever you call it, that voice of doubt, that seed of fear. Just remember that your heart is awakening, the wands are waving, and everything is heading to a state of beautiful completion and satisfaction. That's it for your reading, Pile 1. I really appreciate you joining me here, and I hope that you found some insights or something interesting in this reading. Always check in with your own intuition. The most important interpretation is your own. And remember, this is a general reading, so take what fits for you and just leave the rest. It could be meant for someone else that's watching. If you'd like to connect with me, I will leave my email in the description below. You're welcome to book a personal reading. It would be a bit longer than this and more detail. Sometimes I'll pull some clarification cards, for example, and obviously a lot more specific to your particular situation. If you do enjoy this content, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Donations are extremely appreciated. I will put the link also in the description below, but are never necessary. I'm grateful for your energy and your time, and I hope that this has been helpful to you in some way, and that you will be well and enjoy your week. Thanks so much. And now we're moving on to group number 2. So if you chose number 2, the clear quartz crystal, this is your reading. So let's have a look at your Moonology card and see what turned up here. Oh, you have a time for healing. Sorry, that's not quite focusing. But yes, a time for healing, and it's the balsamic moon. To be honest, I don't actually know what balsamic moon means. I'm just going to be straight with you. So I will be looking that up later on. But a time for healing, that's pretty clear. And it sounds like you're doing some self-care, some recovery, perhaps some reminiscing, and some reorganizing is the word that's coming through here inside yourself. Let's see what's going on. We're going to do a Celtic cross. So a Celtic cross is a very traditional layout that's been used for many, many years. And it gives you a general overview of the circumstances you're going through right now. Maybe external things, could be things that are internal. And it's going to just sort of give you a little guidance and things to be aware of so that you can be more successful in whatever it is that you're currently trying to achieve. So I'm shuffling my deck. I'm using the Tarot of the Old Path. I will try to remember to drop a link of that below. It's a beautiful deck, pretty traditional, similar to Rider-Waite with a few little changes. And I really like the imagery on this deck, so I enjoy using this a lot. So let's talk about this Celtic cross. Now I want to remind you this is a general reading. It's aimed at more than one person, so if you book a personal reading, it would be a lot more specific than this, but this should give you a general idea of the kind of things we talk about in my intuitive readings. So the Celtic cross starts with card number 1 in the middle, and you have got the 2 of Rods. Interesting, because the last reading started with a 2 as well near the beginning. Now 2s talk about collaboration, working together with others, or bringing together into harmony the parts of yourself that you need to work together. So because we got that healing message already, I'm already tempted to say that this is a bit more of an internal collaboration. So it could be your divine masculine and divine feminine parts, also called the anima, animus, right? Coming together in union to help you have all the different tools you need, right? Receptivity, authority, all the different strengths. Now that's just the first card, so we're going to get a lot more information here. This card, the first one, represents you, the energy around you, your current situation. The second card will tell us what is crossing that. Now that can mean what is an obstacle, but it can also mean what is influencing it, right? So what do we got? Oh, wow. The Wheel of Fortune. Man. So what I'm getting right away is that whatever you're going through right now is ordained, preordained. This transformation, healing, recovery, change of, I want to say almost like change of your program, like you're rewiring something inside. And it's meant to be. This actually is making me think like karmic healers, like people who take on generational trauma and change it and stop the horrible cycles that have gone on through their bloodline or through their community. And I don't know why that's coming across, but I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is like this care that you're giving yourself, or the respect that you're giving to your own intuition is very important, not just for yourself, but for your ancestors, your descendants, your community. You are a key player. That's what's coming through right now. That's pretty big. I'm really interested to see what else comes out here. So in the past position, it's going to tell us kind of what's been leading up to what's going on right now. Oh, wow. We got the King of Pentacles. So the king is quite authoritative. Gender is not relevant here. This is just a masculine energy. So authoritative, commanding. King of Pentacles has got his shit together. Like the pentacles represent security, wealth, abundance. So he's got everything going good. So basically it's like you're in a good place. Maybe you haven't always been, is what I'm hearing. But right now, you have enough support around you, whether it's financial or people or whatever it is, that you are able to focus your energy on changing your whole karma, your whole Wheel of Fortune. That's big. This is a big time in your life going on. Pile 2 is what I'm hearing here. Let's have a look at the immediate future. Ooh, we got the 10 of Swords. Okay, well, that can mean some struggle. I'm not going to lie. I'll be straight with you. Swords are usually about mental energy. They're also fire energy. And 10 is completion. And it's the end of a cycle, okay? So this could mean, okay, that there's a little bit more struggle ahead because of the position it's coming into. But because you also have this healing card and the Wheel of Fortune and this nice balanced Two of Rods, I feel like what this is actually saying is that the conflict and struggle is coming to an end. The reverse meaning comes in here. Now, I feel right away like that's tied very closely to the healing. The more you heal yourself or the karma of your lineage, your generational trauma, the more the struggles will dissipate and you will be left in this energy, because this is what's underlying you, is this strong, authoritative, in command energy. Okay, let's get some more details here. We're going to pull number 5, and this is what's above you. So basically, what's on your mind? What's your hopes and dreams? This is like your conscious mind. What are you thinking about? 2 of Swords. So decisions to make. Swords, again, that mental energy. The 2, me choices, right? And I'm hearing the word harmony here, balance. Again, you need to, there's 2, sorry, I was just noticing there's a 2 and then another 2. So lots of working together, working in balance with yourself or others, or finding the balance between work and life. It can refer to that as well, okay? So I feel like the reason it's in this position, your hopes and dreams, what's on your mind, because you want some clear direction. You want clear decisions about which way to go, which steps to take, which door to open. And so you're thinking about it a lot. You're processing, and you're also digesting things that you're reflecting on that are part of your lineage, okay? Let's find out what the underlying card says, because this speaks to the subconscious and also ancestral patterns. And you've got the 4 of Swords. Wow. So 4 is stability. Tons of sword energy in here, coming through really strong. Lots of thinking going on. Be sure to leave room for your heart, I'm hearing. Okay, I'm not seeing any water energy here yet. Don't leave emotion out of it. It has a place in these decisions, in these cerebral choices we make. It's very important to stay in tune. So, but underlying position does say that you've been making clear, stable choices, good choices. So have confidence in that. You are making, like, I want to say pushing the buttons. That's what I see. I see you pulling levers and pushing buttons and knowing that things are happening. This is the cross part of the Celtic cross. All of these cards are about your immediate world. So you, your primary relationships, perhaps your workplace, things that are very important to you, your beliefs, maybe your spirituality, that kind of thing. Over here, we're going to put down 4 cards for the staff of the Celtic cross. And those tell us a little bit more about the influences around you, a little bit more removed, or general world, could be astrological energies that are happening, that kind of thing. Number 7 here is the guidance card. So this is not telling you what to do, but giving you a little bit of a hint of which direction your attention can benefit from being focused in. And you've got the Page of Pentacles. Nice. So the pages, again, like security, you've got the King and Page of Pentacles. And man, they're coming out a lot right now. So people are definitely working on their comfort and their abundance and getting what they need, you know. The page is young, fresh energy coming in. Sometimes they speak of inexperience. In this case, being in the guidance position, I think it's saying, don't be afraid to try new ways. Don't be afraid to, like, I don't know why this is coming to mind, but instead of having your regular cup of tea, maybe try a different flavor. You know, it's okay to change it up. We can still be comfortable. Oh, I get it now. Okay, we can still be comfortable and change things. So what I'm hearing is, when we come from a good foundation and we feel like we have a pretty good idea of our worldview, we can get a little bit stuck in that. Even things like holiday traditions, you know, we might want to do the same thing every year because we have an investment in that. And this is just saying you might feel just as comfortable, just as satisfied from something new and fresh. So don't be afraid to try new, fresh approaches, new things. Could be a new hobby, could be a new way of doing things, could be a new skill, personal or otherwise, like setting boundaries. You know, this could literally be saying, you know, it's okay. You don't have to keep pleasing people. You can set boundaries and you will still be comfortable and you will still get what you need. That just came through intuitively, okay? So again, this is a general reading, so take what's yours, leave the rest, but check in with your own intuition, see what that means to you, okay? Now let's see what some of the surrounding energies, external influences, so this would be more like astrological stuff, world events, that kind of thing. Oh, we've got another night, the Knight of Cauldrons, and finally some water energy in this reading. Emotions. The Knight is pretty fast moving, so I feel like there might be some reactions around you. Could be some emotional reactions to things you're doing or saying. Sometimes when we change and evolve, it doesn't always sit well with those who haven't quite stepped onto that path yet. So what I'm hearing here is the Knight is telling you that things are moving fast, and it's best if you stay in your heart space and remember that what you are doing is for the benefit of all, and any growth that you experience benefits your entire tribe, okay? Your family, your dearest friends, and it's okay to move from the heart. That you have a very good basis with that Four of Swords. Like, you're not going to make impulsive, harmful decisions. You can trust yourself. You can trust your heart to know what is right and put it into action. And again, right, you just had the Page of Pentacles. So it's saying, don't be afraid to try new things if that's what your heart tells you to do. It sounds like you are really in a position of leadership right now. And I don't know if it's of yourself or others, but either way, it's kind of the same journey. And it's all about, you know, really discovering that role, that self-autonomy. And what that translates to is not just having a set of beliefs and idea of self-image of who we are, but actually putting those things into action in very real, concrete ways. The next card is Hopes and Fears, and I call this your state of alignment check-in. So basically, how are you feeling about all this? Do you feel like you're making progress? Do you feel like you're making good decisions? Let's see what the card says. We've got the Lone Man, the Hanged Man. So you might be feeling a little bit stuck, but he also has reverse meaning that, you know, you might be getting a little unstuck. So the general, sorry about the bump, guys, the general message I would take here in combination with the other cards, especially with these two, is don't get stuck on what other people think, is literally what I'm hearing right now. Don't get stuck on your old ways. Don't get stuck thinking you have to go back to doing things because you've always done them a certain way. Just keep everything fluid. Keep moving forward. Let that rushing water carry you along. Let's see your outcome card. This will tell you basically where things are heading as things stand right now. So you might, you might make some adjustments and this energy can change. This is how things are right now. We've got the Ten of Rods. Amazing. Okay, so the Ten of Rods is a cycle completing. It is in the position of completion, an outcome. And so what I'm really getting off of this, because it's wands, so manifestation, is that if you make sure you don't get stuck, you will see the results of the change and the turning of the Wheel of Fortune. This is a really big time for you, pile 2. I mean, this not just for you, but for your inner being who is eternal. This is a real human moment in this lifetime for you. And yet the results are actually felt way beyond the physical realm. That's really interesting. I'm going to draw one final card for you. You did have a lot of cards in common with pile 1. So I think that's probably because of the strong energies right now. We are in eclipse season, going into the end of the year. There's a lot of completion of cycles. And these things affect us. They affect all of us, right? So I'm going to draw a final card from my Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. These are all ascended beings, and we'll see what special message they have for you today. Okay, you have pulled, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I think it's Kuthumi, Cloak of Wisdom. And their message for you is, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Holy, that's exactly what we've been saying through this whole thing. So this is the universe saying, I meant what I said. Just look at these knights, page, stability of 4, completion of 10s here and here. Lots of balance in this reading. You are making big stuff happen. You are moving things forward, and don't be discouraged if you don't see it right away, because you will. You will. There's that 10 of rods. Just trust and keep turning that wheel. So I'm going to leave off there. This has been a fairly brief standard reading. You are welcome to book one personally with me. I'll put one in the email, or you can social media contact me if we're connected there. Individual readings are obviously a lot more specific to your particular situation, like weirdly specific sometimes, as some of my clients will tell you. But this is a nice general reading that you can take and apply, and if anything doesn't seem to fit, please trust your own intuition. That is always the most important interpretation of any reading. I hope this content has been enjoyable and that you've gotten some sort of insight or reflection out of it. I would invite you to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will be doing more in the coming months. And please hit the like button if you did get something out of this. I'd like to mention that I am welcoming donations at this time, and those are very much appreciated, but never necessary. Your energy and your time is very valuable to me, and I greatly appreciate you sharing this time to hear what the cards wanted to bring through me to you today. So thanks again, and info is all in the description below. I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and thanks for tuning in. Hello, pile number 3. If you picked the citrine, this beautiful yellow crystal, then this is your reading. So I'll just set this here, and let's first check what message the Moonology card has. All right, you got the gibbous moon. I love this picture. It reminds me of being in the forest looking up at the stars. And it says you're very close to achieving your goal. Oh, I love that. That is a great card for an overall energy here. So today what we're going to do is a Celtic cross, and it's a very traditional layout. I am using the Tarot of the Old Path deck, a well-worn old deck of mine. Love this very much. It's got all the traditional cards of the Rider-Waite deck. Similar imagery, but I like that it's a bit more feminine and witchy. So hopefully you'll like it too. And yeah, we're going to do the Celtic cross layout. Now I want to remind everybody, this is a general reading, so not everything will necessarily apply to you. I would like you to please check in with your own intuition. Anything that doesn't fit, just leave it behind. It could be meant for someone else. It could be a general energy, because it is a general reading, right? So we're just going to shuffle real well here, and then we'll start laying out your cross, starting with the actual center part, which is shaped like a cross. And that's going to tell you all about you and your immediate world, people around you, and the situations that are currently in your experience. All right, so the first card represents you, or the present situation, or the present energy. Let's have a look. And we've got the Two of Swords. So twos are about duality, harmony, can be about decisions, and definitely about collaboration or working together. Swords are about mental energy, fire, decisions, sharp, cerebral reasoning. So it seems like you're in a very thoughtful frame of mind right now, and maybe making decisions or possibly trying to think your way through some sort of balance or harmony situation. Let's find out what is crossing or covering you. And this is, again, what's influencing your current situation. Ooh, we've got the Five of Cauldrons. Well, there's some emotional stuff going on. Cauldrons are water energy. They're called cups in many other decks. And the Five is about change. Fives are always about change. It's right in the middle of the cycle from 1 to 10. So you could be struggling a little bit right now with emotional stuff. Sorry about the bump, guys. I'm having to use my phone right now. Or you could just be working through some difficult emotions. Maybe not a struggle, just a process, right? But that's overlying whatever you're thinking about. And you're close to achieving your goals. So you're thinking about something quite concrete, I feel. Whether it's a personal change, something like very, very specific, like weight loss. It's not a very general thing. So far, the cards, the additional cards might contradict that, but right now I'm just getting something very focused and specific. In your past energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Well, Knight is fast-moving energy. Pentacles are about security, abundance, so that could be financial, that could be an abundance of companions. Something's happened. There's been something rapid, and maybe you've gotten a bit of money or some more time to yourself. Something has come along that's making you think, like maybe thinking about how to use it, or maybe you have a new friendship that's come in, that's somebody who's really solid and makes you feel supported and has gotten you thinking about how you want to make some changes, things you're feeling, just really got you thinking. So it's kind of like a spark energy back here. Something has sparked. Let's check out the future position. We've got the King of Rods. Wow, lots of kings and knights showing up this week. It's amazing. There's some big solar energy going on right now. Of course, we had a solar eclipse just a little under a week ago, so he could be having his say. So rods are also called wands, and the king, obviously he's quite in charge there. So, you're thinking a lot, but you know what you want to do. Like, there is some decisive action coming here. Rods are definitely about action. That is, sorry, I think I said swords for fire energy. I meant air. I'm sorry about that. This is fire energy right here. And it's the creative force. Like, think of the magician's wand, right? Or the king's staff. And that's what's in your future. So there is definitely some decisive decisions, or maybe just like setting your mind on something is what I'm hearing. Let's check what's above you. This is sort of your hopes and aspirations. So this again refers to kind of what's on your mind. Like, what is this Two of Swords thinking about here? We've got the Three of Rods. Okay, so 3 is creative and growth. It's like the first set of leaves appearing on the plant sprouting out of the ground. And you've got the action card again, rods. So look at all this. I would say you're thinking about actions to take, basically, is the message I'm getting there, and how it will help you in progressing to whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whether that's a physical project or just an internal change of state. Maybe you're just trying to be more sure of yourself, or feeling more confident. Let's check your subconscious underlying position and see what it says. Okay, we've got the 8 of Rods. More rods here. There is a lot of wands waving, man. That's a lot going on. So again, that's the this is energy that is underlying. It could be refer to your subconscious. Okay. 8s are action, movement, transformation. Okay. So the plant has gone from being some indiscernible leaves to actually having shape and form. You can tell it's a tomato leaf. You can tell it's a, and they're starting to produce fruit. Like there's things happening, things coming to fruition is what I'm getting here in your action and movement, a transformation. So you have a lot of energy in this. Look at the wands are surrounding this stuff here. It's like a little shield. So lots of action happening. And if it's not happening yet, it's coming, right? Because this is in the future position. Nights are fast moving, so it won't be long if it's not here already. But, could mean arriving as opposed to already here too. Let's check, we're going to do the staff now. And the first card is number 7 here. That's your guidance position. So it's not necessarily telling you what to do, but maybe what direction to look in. And we've got a 9 of Swords. Okay. So Swords, again, air energy, mental activity. Lots of it, 9. But this is speaking to me of like decisions being made, like a climax of a cycle. If 10 is the completion of the show, the curtain coming down, 9 is the opening night curtain going up, the gala event. And it's Swords, and what that's saying to me is decisions made. Like it's in the bag. Like we know what we think, we know where we stand, and we're taking the actions to follow through on our own outlook, our own goals, our own aspirations. Let's see what external influences are coming to bear on you or your situation. Oh, wow, we've got the Magician. So this goes right along with all these rods. You are manifesting. Holy cow. I don't know what exactly. That's going to be an individual thing. And that's where individual, personal readings come in really nice. We can clarify that. For a group reading like this, you need to check in with your own intuition. And you need to ask yourself, what am I creating? Because it's happening, okay? It's happening. And so if there's anything you don't like that you're going through and you're like, this needs a little tweak or whatever, you've got the energy and the grounding to make any adjustments to course that you need to, and everything is going to manifest. The King of Rods and the Magician right together like that. This is like miraculous manifestation. That's the words coming to mind. Amazing. Let's talk about your hopes and fears. I also call this your alignment check-in. Let's see how you're feeling about all this, okay? And we've got the King of Swords, another king. Amazing. This is powerful, powerful reading. Lots of like momentum, big momentum. So the King of Swords, authority, clear-minded, good decision-making, solid, very solid. You're feeling confident. And if you're not, then I would suggest, I feel like you are, but if there's any doubt, I just really want you to remember that each step on the path is its own manifestation. And so sometimes when we think too much, when we have too much sword energy going on, we can overthink things. That's what I'm trying to say. The 9 of Swords can indicate a little overthinking, right? So just go with the flow. Go with the flow. There's not a lot of water energy here. There's that 5, and it's about a little bit of change and struggle. So you might be struggling with emotion a bit. Maybe not feeling all this power that you're holding, that wand in your hand. Your final outcome card, the 2 of Cauldrons. Beautiful. This is everything coming together. This is harmony. This is cooperating with others. This is your mental and emotional all being honored. This is a lovely outcome card because it's just saying you're not on your own. You are part of a bigger picture. You know, two is just like a concept that means that, right? It's not one. Like you're part of something more than just yourself. You are creating things that are affecting the entire collective. I'm feeling a real strong sense of leadership here. Somebody, you know, maybe directing others in a project, or possibly the head of a family. This could also be a very parental reading. So if that applies to you, you know, maybe take that into account. I want to draw one last card here, and it will be from my Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. This is a whole bunch of ascended beings, and they each have a personal message, and I think this might help some of you who are watching from pile 3 to really clarify how this reading applies to you, okay? So give these a good shuffle. Whoa, and this one flipped right out. So I'm going to pull that. This is the guy that wants to talk then. Okay. This name is a little tricky for me to pronounce, but I'm going to try. Jawal Dharma Unfolding. So this is, believe this was a Buddhist monk, but don't quote me on that. But let me read you his message. He says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. I love that. That's mirroring our message about not overthinking. And what did I just say about how every step is its own manifestation, right? You can't make this shit up. Take one step at a time. Okay? So that should be pretty clear. Yeah, overall, just keep on doing what you're doing. You are heading in the right direction and things are happening. Trust your heart. Don't overthink. There's not a whole lot of water energy here. I'd like to see a bit more, but the important thing is you've got it right in your outcome. So ultimately, you are going to do the thing that's right for your spirit and your soul. You're going to choose the right paths. You've got it all lined up and you have the power. You've got the wand in your hand. So take heart. Remain steadfast. Be kind to yourself and don't overthink the little steps. Just let the whole big picture unfold. I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope this has given you some insights, some enjoyment, maybe some entertainment, some things to reflect on. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I have different lengths available. This would be a standard reading, which I'm charging $44 for. We could do a way more intensive reading, about twice as long, go into way more detail, pull clarifying cards, maybe more gemstones. That will give you a lot more specifics. But it's not necessary because your own intuition can always fill in the specifics if you let it, okay? So if you've enjoyed this video, if it's given you something to think about, I would ask that you consider hitting the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And if you would like to book a personal reading, please reach out to me. I will put my email in the description box, or you can contact me on social media if we're connected there. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you so much for your time. Oh, and I just want to mention, if you do want to leave me a donation, it is greatly appreciated. I'll drop my Ko-fi tip jar link in the description as well. But again, not necessary. I am so grateful for your time, for your energy, and I hope that this reading has been a blessing to you. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.